heard the mold.
Look, I don't know what he's supposed to look like or how much they thought he was supposed to weigh or what tight ends weigh. I mean, tight ends normally weigh somewhere between 245 and 260, and he looks like
Where'd you play at? 228.
Yeah,
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
I played at 228. Skip.
Thank you. That's a big boy, right?
Yeah, he is. But he looks like, I mean, today is conventional tight end, 245 to 260. I mean, I don't know what they thought he was going to look like. Skip, for me, look, and the problem that Urban is going to have is that guys are in the locker room and they're looking at Tebow and they're looking at Urban Meyer and says, well, you're only here because Urban wanted you here. Skip, if Tim Tebow had went anywhere else than Jacksonville and he made the roster, I would be shocked. I was like, man, people, you don't understand what he did. Y'all don't understand being away from the game for 6 years, not really playing in 9 years, switching positions and making an NFL roster is something special. But because I can't look at it, I can't give it the value that maybe it deserves because I don't believe, I believe he's going to be on the roster no matter what. That's just me. A lot of people don't believe he's going to make the roster.
He will make the roster.
I believe he was going to make the roster. So for me, had he gone to another team and gotten an opportunity and done it, okay, I was like, I would have been shocked. But Skip, people keep using the analogy, well, you know how some coaches, like Coach Belichick goes somewhere, like when he went left the Giants and went to Cleveland, he brought Pepper Johnson, he brought Carl Banks. But they played the position that they played when they were in New York. They didn't come over and all of a sudden want to play tight end and offensive guard. So if he bring Tebow in to play quarterback, okay, I'm like, damn, dude, 6 years out of the league, still gets an opportunity, okay. But to come back after 6 years away, switch positions and be granted this opportunity, but Skip, I just don't know how it's going to work out because at the end of the day, you don't believe he'll play the position in its conventionality in the way it was meant to be.
No.
Catching the ball, going downfield, catching passes, inline blocker. You'll believe that he'll be more, they're handed to him, maybe he gets a couple of runs, short yardage and goal line, plow the ball into the end zone with the direct snap, things of that nature, maybe throw a pass here or there. That's how you believe he'll be used. But for me, Skip, and he go help Trevor Lawrence. Help Trevor Lawrence do what? Hell, Tim Tebow couldn't read defenses. Now, Mel Kiper said Trevor Lawrence is the fourth highest rated quarterback that he's taken off in 43 years of doing this. And somehow Tim Tebow is going to help him do what?
Just figure it out.
How? He couldn't figure it out.
Figure out how to handle the limelight and the criticism and the spotlight that's on the first pick in the draft.
He did a good job of that. He was the #1 prospect from age 15 to now. He went to Clemson, handled it, true freshman, won the national title, was in the Heisman contention, had them in national championship contention every year. Trevor Lawrence would be just fine.
Tim Tebow was a legend while he was in high school in Jacksonville.
He was a legend that couldn't play NFL football.
I don't know how he did it, but help me out. Maybe I'm getting memory foggy here a little bit, but did Tim Tebow not carry the Denver Broncos to the division championship?
You're using that term carry very loosely.
Okay.
I recommend you amend that.
How did he do that? You still can't explain that. You say he can't play in the NFL, but he took them on one of the great rides in the history of the NFL. They were 1-4 under Kyle Orton, and he took them to the championship, and he won a playoff game over Ben Roethlisberger in his prime and the Steelers.
Can I ask you a question? Your brother, Rick, one of the most, what's that James Beard Award? That means he's one of the best, at that time when he wins that award, he's the best chef in all the world.
He's won it as a chef and a restaurateur.
So he's won 2 of them. Do you believe in Rick's life he's ever burned a dish?
Burned a dish?
Yes.
Oh, burned something he's cooking?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
I would have said yes.
Okay.
So in other words, that's the equivalent, what Tim Tebow did then of the equivalent of your brother, a 2-time James Beard Award winner, is burning a dish. That's what he did. He might have done it once. He never did it again.
Yeah, but Tebow had to do it 7, 8, 9 times. He had to take them on a long run. He didn't do it 2 games. He did it all the way home. It would have been 11 games.
Skip, he won 7 games.
Yeah.
He won 7 games.
Pretty great. And then he won an 8th game.
Okay, not 17. Not 27, not 37. He won 7 regular season games and a playoff game. Okay, Skip.
How good is it to throw for 316 against the Steelers, Mike Tomlin's defense, in a playoff game and win it in overtime?
Everybody else that's ever played a professional sports must update their resume every year except Tim Tebow.
No, he never was given an opportunity to update it. He was not. No.
Even Tom Brady.
He got lied to by the Jets.
Tom Brady said, what I did in New England doesn't matter in Tampa. I need to update my resume. People update their resume since the pandemic. How many times you think people have updated their resume? But Tim Tebow gets to keep the same resume for a decade and gets to live off that. Where they do that at, Skip Bayless? What business, what occupation would allow you to use a 12-year or 10-year-old resume?
What league would basically shun a player who carried a team to a division championship and a playoff win, and he never got another opportunity to start another game in his life? What league would do that to a player? Aha! He was a media circus. He was too big of a distraction. Voila.
Skip, let me ask you a question. Aaron Rodgers might be a distraction. Aaron Rodgers brings a lot of media. This is what we know about the NFL.
Not like this guy.
If you can play, they will hire you because there are too many people that have done things that a lot of people will go to jail for that's playing in this league, but they can play. If Tim Tebow could play as well as you said he could, Tim Tebow would have been gainfully employed. Okay. You know that, not know that.
I don't know that.
Stop doing that.
Okay, back to my reactions to seeing Tim Tebow for the first time ever in Jaguar jersey. The first thing I thought was, wait a second, he's wearing 85. And my first thought was, wait, maybe he is going to be a tight end because he's going to try to one-up Shannon Sharp, who was 84, right? No. Then I read a subsequent story that said, no, they're just waiting until they get rid of Gardner Minshew, who wears 15 now, and Tim Tebow will go back to the classic 15 that he's always worn.
Well, maybe you need to try something else, because the last time he'd been wearing 15, it hadn't worked out well. So maybe that number is not as lucky as he thinks, because it didn't work at the Jets, it didn't work in New England, and didn't work in Philly.
Did it work for Urban Meyer?
Skip!
Yeah. Did he win a Heisman? Did he win 2 national championships? Yep.
Skip!
Check.
You let that man use a resume for 15 years ago? Still?
And by the way, you say he's been out for 6 years. He's been playing professional baseball. All he did after not playing baseball since his junior year in high school, 11 years away from baseball, he made the Double-A All-Star team. He was an All-Star Double-A, where the highest concernation of prospects.
Yeah, that's like me being the best softball player at the company picnic.
Oh,
really?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay.
I was the MVP at the company picnic.
Really?
Yes, I was.
I think there'd be a lot of other All-Stars who would resent you saying that.
Hold on. First of all, Skip, this is where I have a problem with. People say, well, look, professional golfers. Everybody talk about, well, he's no. If you're not on the tour, you're not a professional golfer. If you're not in the MLB, you're not a professional. You are a minor leaguer. There's a difference between the two. Tim Tebow was not a professional baseball player.
Was he getting paid to play baseball? Yeah.
Hold on, Skip. They pay you in the minors.
Did he make it to AAA? Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is that the majors? So what's the difference between the majors and the minors if they're the same thing? So if that's the case, hell, I want to stay there. If I will get the same money, if I'm still getting paid, why everybody trying to get to that next level then?
What % of players who start in the low minors ever make an all-star team in the minor leagues? What, maybe 3%, 5%?
Skip.
Come on.
Skip, he didn't make it to...
Okay, so
he didn't make
second reaction to Tebow in the jersey. I'm thinking, he's huge. I think he's in shape huge, but he's huge.
Skip.
Weight room and dinner table huge.
So I think the thing is that you and I have a different definition of in shape. I mean, look at me. I mean, people at home, do y'all think I'm in shape? Y'all think everybody want to call me and give me a try? I mean, do y'all think I'm in shape? Look at the shoulders. Look at the caps on the shoulder. Look at the chest, proportionate ratio.
No.
48, 30.
He has no use for you.
Hold on, what a minute.
Tim Tebow is going to be a 33-year-old wrecking ball.
Man,
He looks like he's at least 250. And he will be used just the way Urban used him. The blueprint was set when Tebow was a freshman under Chris Leak as the starting franchise quarterback for the Florida Gators. They won a national championship with Tim Tebow. every short yardage, every goal line situation, every key play of the game, Tebow's going to touch the football. He's going to ride and decide. He's going to read option. He's going to pile drive it into the end zone or jump pass it into the end zone.
If you don't mind me asking, how's that going to make Trevor Lawrence feel? Trevor Lawrence is the
He'll
number one.
be just fine. He's a rookie.
You see?
He's a
you
rookie.
see already. He already there doing exactly what everybody said he was going to do with upstage Trevor Lawrence.